Joe Pugh for Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Once again, joined by Mark Tibbs. First of all, how are you, Mark?
Lovely, Joe. Thank you. Yourself, you good?
I'm fantastic. We're here today at the David Avanesian versus Metz final press conference, but obviously you're here with a bit of interest yourself because your prospect Tommy Fletcher has officially signed with Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions.
That's correct. That's correct. He's 6'7", Tommy, 6'7", southpaw, big puncher. And but he's only 20-year-old, so he's going to do his. Frank knows how to bring him along, like, so to speak. Yeah, so good. I'm happy he's signed with Queensberry Promotions. Yeah.
And obviously he's with S-Jam Boxing Management, the same as fellow stablemates Hedges and Fisher. We'll get to them a little bit later on, but you've been working with Tommy for a while now, haven't you? So just in that time, how has his progress been coming along, and when is the perfect time to make his debut?
Well, he could make his debut like he could fight Saturday. That's he's ticked over. We haven't stretched him too much. He's been educated in the time he's been in the Origin gym in Raynham. He's been educated in the right way. He's been put in the oven at times, and he's had it easy at times. But if he gets them on the end of them fists or them levers, they feel the power. So, but he's learning how to box and not rely on that power, and box and place his shots. Yeah.
And just seeing him in the gym and a bit of sparring that I have seen with Tommy, he strikes me as a real fan-friendly fighter, and he could really be a big star in the future.
100%. He's, as I say, he's 19-year-old, and if he's around in 5 years' time, which flies like that, I keep telling them, so don't take your eye off the ball, just stick to your business and get your head down and get on with your job, and you can be a big star. I mean, he punches like Deontay Wilder. He really is a good puncher, and he's going to be exciting to watch for sure.
And moving on to the rest of your stable, Mark, there could be a world champion in your ranks next week when Ebanie Bridges takes on Cecilia Roman in Leeds. How has Ebanie been getting on in your first full camp with the Blonde Bomber?
It's been wonderful, to tell the truth. We're in a really good place right now. Ebanie's buzzing. She's buzzing. She can't wait. We had our last spar yesterday, which went well. And she's took today off. She's having a little rest today. She still will do something, a little bit of active recovery. And but she's got a check weigh by the IBF rules on Tuesday. She's got a check weigh there, and we'll be heading off to Leeds after that. So she's fighting in Leeds on the 26th, which is next Saturday. But no, she's in a fantastic place, and we're up against Cecilia Roman. We're up against it. She's 25 fights in, as opposed to Ebanie's 8 fights. So she's got the experience and the mileage, and we've got less miles and less experience, but she's got a big heart, very courageous, and the will to win is the attribute she's got. I wish some people I've trained in the past had her attributes, if you know what I'm saying. So she's got a very, very good chance.
She proved her heart against Shannon Courtney when it was just a fantastic brawl for that WBA title last year. Have you added some more boxing ability to go hand in hand with that heart and brawler?
Well, I like to think I have in the 8 weeks. We've worked at doing that. I worked on moving her feet, moving her top half, so she can evade punches, quick counters. So I like to think I've done that and worked, got behind the jab, and most importantly, I want her to throw her shots. She carries them on the shoulders, so she shows she's quicker. Everything's going to be quick, as opposed to pulling her shots or lunging in with her shots. She's got to shoot from the shoulder.
And another one of your fighters has just got a fight announced, Louis Hong. He makes his second professional fight, and I think Harvey's been back in the gym over the past couple of weeks. How are the brothers doing?
Yeah, Harvey's popped in. He's helped Ebanie out with a bit of sparring. Although he's a southpaw, he's gone orthodox for me at times and helped Ebanie out twice actually. But Louis is a very exciting prospect. Orthodox, he's a bit fiery. He's nice and fiery. He's only young though, and he's on of Alfie Warren got him on a show at York Hall on the 1st of April, which is really, really kind of him. And he's only his second fight, but he's an exciting little prospect, and he's enjoyable to work with him because you know, he knows boxing, he understands boxing. You just got to coach him a little bit and direct him, and so they're always good. Them ones, and they don't drain you too much. Them ones.
Back from Mexico, Johnny Fisher. After last time out, Alexandra Palace. First of all, how did you assess his performance against Nguema?
Yeah, it was a great performance by Johnny Fisher. Listen, he was up against it. He sold over 2,000 tickets at Ali Pali then. So that's pressure in itself. He got cut in the first round. Johnny's had 5 fights, I believe, and that guy had 20 odd fights, been in some good opposition. So he knew how to walk or box Johnny. He knew how to walk and box him. But I was very happy. At first, I was disappointed a little bit with his accuracy, but we had to evade and avoid a right hand that our opponent had that night. He's got a very good counter right hand, and he couldn't get it off with Johnny because of certain things that we practice on in the gymnasium. So I was pleased with that, and Johnny's offence was a little bit off key, but getting cut in the first round, not touching it, not talking about it, not moaning about it, that's what I want to see.
I'm sure you'll agree what a fantastic atmosphere it was in Alexandra Palace that night, and the Romford Army is only growing. Where can you see this going in the next 2 or 3 years if Johnny Fisher's boxing is progressing as well as his status is?
Well, listen, SJM are doing a good job in managing him and picking the right fights for him, and we just me and Johnny just get in the gym when we get a date, look at who we're fighting, and work out a plan to get him fit and to what's in front of us, and we do our job individually. We all do our job, and hopefully so far so good. It's all working well.
And John Hedges, he got his first stoppage last time out on the Lawrence Akoli undercard at the O2. I'm sure you agree, fantastic performance, punch perfect, and as soon as he started hitting to that body, you knew it was over.
Lovely, Joe. I like that. I like what you just said there, punch perfect. He was punch perfect, and temperament and tempo. Temperament, tempo, punch perfect. It was a flawless performance, I must say, and I'm really impressed with Hedges. It's just confidence with him, and as I say, being put in the oven at the right time and guiding and managing. That's all you need to do with him. He's got it all. Listen, I've said it before, he's going to be the new Tyson Fury, 100%.
And knowing Johnny like I do, I'm sure he won't mind me saying that mentally for him, that first stoppage was massive, and that can just bring him on tenfold.
100%, of course it does. I mean, Tommy, going back to Tommy Fletcher again, I've got him sparring once. See, there's times to give him hard sparring and times to give him light sparring, and but I've got Tommy sparring once, and this fella, 27 years old, real man, got right on his chest what he had to do against a long-levered fighter like Tommy, and he come back after the first round. I looked up at him because he's 6'7". I said, Tom, trust me, I can't pull you out. I felt for him. He was 19 at the time. I went, listen, I can't pull you out after one round. It ain't always going to be this hard. I said, do yourself a favour. See that southpaw lead? You put that out to give yourself a bit of room, and take your feet back and bring something up, or shoot it straight. Whatever you want to do, just give yourself a bit of room. He went out there and wallop, KO'd him. So it's lovely. He's done that a few times in our gym, and so it's lovely when you can work like that with your fighters. And Tommy Fletcher, he responds to me like that. Done that handfuls of times with him. Johnny Hedges is the same. Got great brains, and Johnny Fisher, the same. They're lovely to tweak on even Ebanie Bridges. I'm not just saying it. I'm not trying to put them all thing together. Their quality. They're all different, but they all respond very well. And hopefully come through with flying colours.
As a trainer, Mark, then, do you look for the mentality of a fighter rather than the ability sometimes? Because as we've seen so many times in the past, fighters can have all the ability, but they might have not that mental status, they might not have the heart or the will or live the life.
Exactly. Well, you've got all them attributes that you just brought up with, all them things, all them barriers. You could call them barriers or obstacles. But if you've got talent and you've got to give it a chance, and there's a frame of mind that could be better, then if you believe in them, you'd be a fool not to work with them and try and mould them. Because that's what gets me ticking, to tell the truth. But it's lovely if it was all perfect and they had everything, and you ain't got to do a lot. But it ain't like that.
Then you'd be out of a job, Mark.
Yeah, have a job, exactly.
And just a couple more things, Mark. A couple of weeks ago, we obviously saw the Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte press conference. Dillian Whyte was a no-show. I've seen you in some pretty tasty press conferences with Dillian Whyte in the past. Obviously, Chisora comes to mind. Tables, mics being thrown about left, right and centre. Was you disappointed not to see Dillian speak when it comes to finally coming face to face with Tyson?
Yeah, I was actually. I was, I'm a boxing fan as well as it's my business. But, boxing fans alike and people in the business and armchair fans would love to watch them two big characters, get in a battle with battle of words. You know what I mean? Before the humdinger, so to speak. So yeah, we was all looking forward to it, and I was disappointed, to tell the truth. But everyone's got their reasons for what they do, and just looking forward to the fight.
Knowing Dillian like you do you think that is all part of the game plan? Is that sort of thing Dillian would do to maybe get under Tyson's skin?
I don't know what it is, to tell the truth. It's not fair for me to say. It's not fair for me to say what my perception is, why he's doing what he's doing. It don't make sense, really, to tell the truth. So I'm sure he's got his reasons. Yeah.
And you mentioned being a boxing fan as well, Mark. I'm sure you watched on Saturday night Lee Wood versus Michael Conlan. What a fight to watch. Every boxing fan, every boxing trainer, every boxing manager, anyone in the sport can appreciate a fantastic fight, and that was certainly one. Awesome.
What a fight. It was. I never realised Conlan. What a beautiful boxer. Incredible. And when he pinged Lee Wood in the first round, oh my God. And how he come back from that was incredible. And to be fair, and he was consistent. Conlan was consistent with his silky skills. And about the 7th, Ebanie was round my house with my wife and my baby, and I was like, do you know what? He's overdoing it with that backhand now, Conlan. He's overdoing it with the backhand and falling over his feet. He's going to cop it. And he didn't need to do that. He needed to feint and get behind the jab, because he had a great jab, Conlan, hasn't he? Has he got a great jab?
Fantastic. He's just maybe engaged a bit too much in the final rounds.
I could see it. I could feel what was going to happen. I could see it, and I said it. He's engaging too much. What's going on? And anyway, but credit to Lee Wood for, as usual, never giving up, fighting to the end. Pulled it off.
Again, it goes back to talking about fighters' hearts and fighters' mentality, because he certainly showed it, and it all came through in the 12th round. And obviously, as a trainer, Mark, you witness sparring on a day-to-day basis. We see Anthony Joshua and Joe Joyce's sparring footage being released yesterday. What do you make of that? Should sparring stay in the gym, or is there a place for it to be seen on media outlets, online or on television?
Yeah, I think it should stay amongst the sparring. I mean, you're going to lose trust, aren't you? You lose trust. I've got lots of videos of the whole of the camp of Ebanie Bridges on my phone, and Tommy sparring with Dan Aziz yesterday, and my other fighters. With sparring, and that's where we learn our trade and get measure and distance. And it's probably not fair that sparring gets shared, but I can understand if it's a business, if fights are going to get built, and certain things happen to get leaked to sell the fight or whatever, or to try and G up the other side to take the fight. It happens. It's business, isn't it?
You think that fight will happen?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No.
And last one, Mark. A couple of weeks ago, it was obviously Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall.
I'd like to see it. AJ and Joe Joyce.
Who do you fancy in that one?
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Joe Joyce chin is granite, isn't it? It's granite, isn't it? And he's. I've got to be honest with you. He's. When he fought Stavern at the O2 a few years back now, I wasn't that impressed, but he has impressed me of late. Joe Joyce. He's. I took young Johnny Fisher to spar with him, and last 2 rounds of one particular spar, he turned it up. He turned it up, which is a good sign for Johnny. He had to turn it up, but it was good. It was. You saw that championship physicality. You know what I mean? And it's good that Johnny felt it. But no, he's a quality operator, Joe Joyce. I think he's very. It's going to be very, very hard to beat in the heavyweight division. I feel he's got a chance. Of course, he's got a chance. Yeah. Of
course, when it comes to heavyweights, most heavyweights have got a puncher's chance. It's just all to do with those odds. But as I say, just finally, we just quickly touch on Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall. An astonishing decision, I'm sure you'll agree. But what do you make of the British Boxing Board of Control's decision to downgrade Judge Ian John Lewis?
Do you know something? There's been a lot of stuff going about on this, and it's all done and handled now, isn't it? So I just don't really feel like talking about it.
I completely agree, but just as a trainer, are you worried about decisions, or do you think that's just part and parcel of the sport?
It's part and parcel of the sport, but it's something that the board have got to pull in line and get on these people, because just because it's not fair, it ain't fair, and it was heartbreaking for Jack Catterall what he had to go through, heartbreaking. But you know, it weren't Josh Taylor's fault, but it was heartbreaking for Catterall, yeah.
Definitely. Mark Tibbs, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully speak to you again soon, mate. Cheers.